This story right here that I'm about to bring to you is a perfect example of palm color losing their mind and taking things way too far. So this man's name is Kurt James Brockway, and he's 39 years old, and he was recently arrested and charged with assault because this, in his mind, or from his vision, he saw a 13-year-old boy, quote unquote, disrespecting the flag or during the national anthem or something to that effect. And he decides that he is going to pick this boy up and pretty much slam him on his head to the point where the boy ended up with a fractured skull. Mind you, 9-year-old man who did this to a 13-year-old boy. He wouldn't dare do that with someone his own age or close in age range or even older. He had to pick on a little kid. That shows you how weak these palm-colored individuals are. And you wonder why some of their women are going out here marrying dogs. It says police have charged a Montana man with assault after witnesses say he threw a 13-year-old boy to the ground because he was, quote unquote, disrespecting the national anthem. Kurt James Brockway was arrested Saturday at the Mineral County Fair and charged with assault on a minor, according to Sheriff Mike Boone. Brockway slammed the child on the ground because he did not remove his hat during the national anthem. Taylor Hennick told the Smithsonian that Brockway said he had every right to do that because the boy was disrespecting the anthem. Now, this is someone who's actually backing this up. This is another adult saying that another adult had every right to assault a child because he was, quote unquote, disrespecting the flag by not taking off his hat. Meanwhile, while the anthem is going on, what was he doing? Going around messing with a little child. What, you disrespecting the anthem by moving? You're supposed to stand there and be quiet, or maybe hum along, or maybe even sing along to the song, but you want to go and mess with little kids and body slam them like this is the WWE. There was a little boy lying on the ground, she told the outlet. He was bleeding out of his ears, seizing on the ground, just not coherent. So he body slammed this boy not only into a fractured skull, but of course with a fracture like that, it caused him to go into having a seizure. It says the boy was airlifted to a hospital in Spokane, Washington. The child's parents told KPAX that he continued bleeding from his ear for nearly 6 hours after the assault. He was treated for temporal skull fractures and later released from the hospital. Conduct during the playing of the national anthem became a national issue when some NFL players began kneeling to protest police brutality and racism. As the NFL protests gained momentum, 45 chimed in. The U.S. flag code says people should face the flag during the national anthem. Military members in uniform should salute while those out of uniform may do so. Men not in uniform should remove their hats, and civilians should put their right hand over their heart according to the code. There was no indication the boy in this case was protesting in any way. But this guy definitely got off of their code by messing with him because he was not standing there. He did not have his hand over his heart. He had his hands on this child. And let me go back a little bit. I know I said someone agreed with what he was saying. I read it wrong. They were basically quoting what the man said. So excuse me for that. It says, according to Montana records, Brockway is a registered violent offender after he was convicted for a 2010 assault with a weapon. District Judge John Larson gave him a 10-year suspended sentence. See, this goes back to, again, allowing these individuals who are reckless to go back onto the street. This is the third story I've done in a month where that has been the case. Prosecutors recommended his bail be set at $100,000. He doesn't need a bail. He could have killed this kid. Court officials said Brockway's attorney was working Tuesday to recommend conditions that might allow Brockway to be released without posting bond. He doesn't see. Do y'all see what I'm talking about now when I talk about there's a certain element in this world that has all the privilege in it? They are trying to actually release this person without a bond after he just picked this 13-year-old boy up and slammed him on his head, damn near killing him. That boy's it's gonna take a long time for that child to recover, if he even truly fully recovers from this. It says he will be arraigned in Mineral County Justice Court on August 14th, according to the sheriff's office. They need to send his silly, goofy ass to jail for a very long time. Like, this is ridiculous. This is taking it way too far. Like, so what, the boy had his hat on. A lot of people don't take their hats off during the national anthem. So what? What is it to you? See, this is why I call palm colored fake triotic. They claim to bleed red, white, and blue, but they really don't. He thought he was doing something that day. He thought he had balls of steel that day. It must make you feel like a real man to have to pick on a child that's less than half your age and body slam them like you were in a wrestling ring. That doesn't need to be just assault charges, but it needs to be damn near attempted murder charges, because that boy could die. But like I said, he probably won't truly recover from this, and if he doesn't, they need to make him do lifetime payments for his hospital bills, no matter how high they are, because this could have been avoided. And like I said, he stepped out of his own little formation of the national anthem playing to go mess with a child that was minding their business. But that also goes back to that saying that palm color, for the most part, does not know how to mind their business. Apparently, him spotting this boy with his hat on during the national anthem pissed him off that badly that he had to, like, literally go up to him, a child he doesn't even know, and do that. If I was the parent, if I was his dad, his ass would have been whooped all up and down that fair, from one end to the other and everywhere in between. It would have been looking like that episode of Family Guy when Peter was fighting the chicken. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one.